Well, welcome to this Singer sewing machine rescue video. And let me give you the backstory to this. I had the dogs out, taking them for a walk on my break on Friday, and we got a couple of blocks away from the house and noticed there was a bunch of stuff setting out on the street curb. And when I got to looking a little bit closer, I could tell one of those things appeared to be a sewing machine table. So I kind of walked over there with the dogs and took a closer look. And sure enough, it was not only a sewing machine table, but it actually had a Singer sewing machine in it. And I've always kind of wanted to try my hand at fixing a sewing machine. So I thought, well, it can't beat the price. So I took the dogs back to the house, put them inside, grabbed the keys to the truck, and drove down there. Loaded up the sewing machine table in the back of the truck and brought it home, and decided that this might make a nice little project just to share out on the channel. I know it's not knives, but there is a knife involved, so you got to watch for that, right? But so today I'm just going to share part one of this story and let you see kind of what we discover is wrong with the machine, and then what we do to get her back on the way to living a healthy sewing machine life again. So stay tuned. I'll try not to make this too long, and there will be a part two coming out soon. All right, guys, thanks for watching. So I forgot to record this part, but I had taken the access plate off underneath the balance wheel there of the sewing machine, and there is the problem that I found. That drive belt was nearly broken in two. The only thing that was really holding it together was just a small piece of like steel or some kind of metal reinforcement that was inside that belt. So that's why the machine wouldn't run, wouldn't sew. I could hear the motor, but nothing else was happening. So I found my first problem. Okay, so I've done a little bit of disassembly. Kind of got ahead of myself a little bit. Should have showed you a little bit more about this, but basically I took off this cover, which opened this area up for me. Actually, the pulley for the drive belt's right here, and then I had to take this guy off that normally would sit there. And what that does is it let me get the old belt off, since I could remove that. So that made that pretty easy. And it also opens up the area for this little winder right here. I bought some replacement belt, which was this guy and this little guy. And so I'm gonna see if this won't come off here. Yeah, I think it's going to, maybe. Yeah, so there was that one. It's got some brakes and stuff in it too, pretty worn. So we'll see if we can't get that on there. And then we've got our new belt right here. So I'm gonna try to put this back on here and see if I can't just kind of connect it to the pulley. Oh, didn't quite work. And let's see if we can't get it on here. Okay. So that's looking good. That's turning like it should. Now there is, I think, some additional adjustment down below under the machine to adjust the tension on that belt. To me, it feels actually pretty good right there, so I'm not going to do anything with that right now. But instead, I'm going to try to get the assembly back together here and see if we can't get this working here. It's kind of dark over here. I can't see what I'm doing too well. Okay. I was taking stuff off and I thought, well, I don't really know what's behind here, so I hope nothing bad happens. That was kind of the way that we did it. Let's see here. So I got 3 of these. Okay. So, okay, I'll try to put this back on, which holds that lock washer in. And I think this is a kind of a stop for it. Can't see what I'm doing again. That's probably too big. Oh no. Okay. And I need to wipe up some of that old grease in there and probably re-grease that before we put that back together. And let's see, I've got those 2 screws. I've got that screw. Okay, so I've got 2 screws for the cover here. That's the old one. Just making an inventory, make sure I've got all my parts still. So let me grab a rag or something, and we're gonna clean that up a little bit in there. All right, let's see here. I believe I'm gonna take a brush and do a little bit of cleaning here. It's been my experience that WD-40 is not much on being a lubricant or even a very good penetrant. But one thing it does do well is clean. I used to use this on typewriters all the time. There's enough solvent in it that it would do a nice job cleaning up. And on top of that, it smells good. So, you can't go too wrong there. Trying to not to get too carried away here, because probably wouldn't be great to get it all down inside there. It'd be hard to get out from the looks of it. Of course, there may be another plate to remove that I'm just not seeing yet. But yeah, we're just cleaning up all the old grease that, it kind of gets that caramel color to it. You know that it's got some age on it when it does that. Lexi just got her home from her surgery today, and she's not feeling too hot. She's laying in the chair over there with a big cone on her head and not making a move. So I'm sure she's still groggy from the anesthetic. Meanwhile, Levi is trying to destroy the old cone that he had, that we took to the vet today, thinking that we could reuse it, but Lexi's such a big old girl that it didn't fit her, so still had to buy another one. I'm sure it's one of the most overpriced pieces that you can buy a dog. Charge you like $25 for a piece of plastic that probably don't have $2 worth of material in it at the very best. But anyway, what do you do? Everything costs a fortune in Biden's economy. Sorry if you voted for him. I didn't. Not real sure too many people did, to be honest with you, but that's another topic. Yeah, I'd say that machine's not been, and it hadn't been serviced in a long time, I'd say. Same like typewriters. People pull them out of barns and attics and everywhere in the world and bring them into you. They'd be all rusted up and frozen up and bent and missing pieces. And they were fine if you could fix it for like $50. Old t-shirts, you know, that's where the all t-shirts end up, as shop rags. So that's exactly what happened to this one. Okay. Looking pretty good. I'm just kind of doing this in the living room, which probably wouldn't be the best place necessarily to do this, but I really didn't want to wag it all the way back into the shop area or the man cave until I could see that it was kind of going to work. Yeah, we're just kind of cleaning up all these years of crud that's gotten here. Probably should show y'all. I'm gonna guess that plate must come off too, because it would be good to be able to get down in there just a little bit further. Let's see if we can't get this plate on the front off here. Got the handy Swiss Army knife here, as you can see. Okay. Nice thing about sewing machines is, you know, most of the screws are pretty accessible so far and decent size, so. Well, I don't know if it comes off or not. It doesn't seem like it wants to really come off there. Looks like there might be a plate there too. Might have to do a little research and decide if that'll come off fairly easy or not. So we might hold off on that. Just put these back in there for now and figure out the best way to get access to the bottom of this top part. Really ought to go get my screw starter. Okay, so there's that one. I'm gonna put this one back in there. Maybe. Maybe. I need to turn my camera so you guys can see more. end up having to go get that if I can. There we go. We got it, we got it. Yes, just being a little bit contrary. Okay, now we'll do this one up here. Okay, we'll check on that and see. I'll show you what we got so far. So, all that was all gummed up. And so we've been, where the gear is and down here, still got some more cleaning to do there, but it's getting there, a lot better than it was. So I'll just finish cleaning this up some and kind of go from there. I'm just looking at the frame. It doesn't look like that's really gonna be removable. Okay, well, it's all right, we'll figure it out. All right, guys, so yeah, light's probably not real helpful. I went ahead and re-greased a lot of those gears. That's all I'm gonna do for right now, at least. And I think we're gonna put her back together here and kind of see what we got. So stay tuned. All right, let's see if we can get this to run here. I got to feel up here for the pedal because we got it mounted up inside the machine there. I think that's it right there, maybe. Sounds pretty good to me. So, I guess we've been successful thus far. Probably need to do a little research and figure out what other kinds of little adjustments might need to be made here. But I think we're gonna have a working sewing machine. Not bad for free.